All right. We got for me, it's a really special guest. This Dirjel has been a constant person since I've really been on the online scene for Netrunner that I've seen communicating inside of the green level clearance server and just running things and just so generous to run stuff. So I'm excited to have him share his story and share stuff about the GLC server so that folks out there a lot of folks who are on the GLC server with me can know a little bit more about Dirjel. So first off, let's start off with your handle. What as far as that, is that the handle that you have across the board there? Like if I see you on Genteki and any other locations out there related to Netrunner?
If you Google the word Dirjel, there's a river like in Dubai or something, and literally every other reference is me.
Got you. So that's pretty much what we can you can expect if you see him on the mean streets of Genteki. Be looking for Dirgil out there as well. So anyway, I'm gonna turn it over to you. Thanks for coming on and talking with me, and I'll let you share your Netrunner story with everybody.
Thanks for having me, Spray. It's really good to be here. um, yeah. So you want to start with the etymology of the username, right? That was the plan.
Well, if you want to, I'll leave that up to you if you want people to know your real name or not. Otherwise, you're welcome just to jump right into the story there.
Yeah, it's just I can. Oops, sorry. Briefly, it's the my initials are DRJL, and so I just added some vowels in between to make it into a handle, and that's where we ended up, Dirgel.
Yep, there it is, everybody. The secret behind Dirgil.
The secret behind Dirgel. Also, when you put Dirgel into the Jeeves bot, it kicks back Diesel, which is a great shapery card, and so that's where my avatar comes from too. If you zoom in on that, it's actually one of the community members. I can't remember who because I'm an ungrateful monster. Uh, Photoshopped my name into the can of Diesel on there, which is pretty cool.
Yep. Now I'm a big fan of Diesel and the picture there of Diesel with Dirgil.
Yeah, it's a good one. I'm happy with it.
Yep.
So as far as playing Netrunner, I started Netrunner back in like the Genesis cycle, real early on when the game first started. I honestly have no idea how I found out about it. I think I just saw the box at the game store and I'm like, ooh, that looks like a cool cyberpunk hacker game. And I bought it, took it home, played with my brother. It probably took us like 2 weeks to figure out the rules by ourselves with no help. Um, but we got there. Um, and Yeah, so that was when Genesis came out. I think it was 2013, and I quit playing around Mumbad, which is like 2 years later. Um, During that time, I was going to like once a month meetups at the local game store, and every Thursday I actually went to my buddy's house, me and a couple friends, and we've had Netrunner nights every Thursday for that whole 2 years. So I played a lot of Netrunner.
Nice. How many games would you say you played? So,
Approximately 11 trillion.
all right. So I can tell you're going to be a tough one here today, huh?
A lot. I've played years like I said, every week for 2 years. We probably played like 5 games a night. We could do some napkin math on that. 52 weeks in a year times 5 games. Um, 2 years, that'd be 250 games just right there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Plus the weekend tournaments, and then since then, right now, if I open up my Jinteki, I have a um, my most recent creation. I have like 128 games on one deck alone right now.
Yeah, I know that's the kind of the standard for y'all big dogs out there who
Hmm.
probably about the most I got is about 30 games myself on a particular. Well, I take that back. With the original core we've been doing, I put down a lot more than that, probably about 70 or so. But
Yeah, I just sent you a screenshot on there. 177, 178 games on big rig, go go go.
so you say since you've jammed a lot more since online's became a possibility. Are you? I mean, you run 250 in person, but you're also jamming online as well, huh?
Yeah,
With that,
especially with plague times,
yeah,
can't go out, so just
for sure, for sure. So, so you basically quit playing at my bad cycle, but before then, were you? How far was you making it into tournaments? Was you getting into regionals and everything, or?
oh no, I am. I don't want to say I'm terrible at Netrunner. I think I'm actually okay at Netrunner, but I love bad cards so much.
Yeah.
I can't build a deck that doesn't have bad cards in it. It's not fun.
So, what's your factions of choice then?
I mean, obviously, I'm Shaper. You can see
Yeah, yeah,
my tattoo.
right,
You see it
right.
right there?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Um, and For Corp, I don't really have a favorite faction. It's more like favorite identities. Like I love Jemison because throwing away agendas to do cool things is just a very silly idea. And Mirrormorph is like my favorite, most recent fact. ID is Mirrormorph because it gives you so many options in like lateral play and uh, triggering weird card interactions with like click assets and stuff. Great fun.
Right. So what do you so what made you quit during the Mumbad cycle besides the answer I think you're going to probably give me about that?
Um, Diaper, specifically the diaper deck, the keyhole DDoS hyperdriver thing.
Yeah.
The game just wasn't fun. That was everyone was playing that, and there was the space for like creative jank to compete was basically non-existent at the time. I mean, Diaper is creative jank. Don't get me wrong. It's really cool, creative, and interesting jank. It's just way too effective for to add. It edges out literally everything else in the meta.
Hmm. Got you. Got you. So when did you come back and what made you come back then?
Um, I the whole time I wasn't playing. So while I was playing, I thought about Netrunner approximately 24/7. Um, and when I quit playing, I thought about Netrunner approximately 24/7 for like 3 years. And I what made me come back was the really nothing. I just wanted to play again. I got some friends who were kind of interested in Netrunner but weren't playing competitively. And I put together a little local meta with a limited card pool, like just the revised core and all the deluxe packs at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a good time in our smaller meta with a smaller card pool, um, until the game got canceled. And let me tell you, I had my phone was set up to give me notifications when FFG published Netrunner articles, and I got a notification. I read the headline. I can't remember if it was jacking out or ending the run. But when I read it, like I got my gut fell out, and I knew that was bad. And I read the article, and they said that they were canceling Netrunner, and I was at work and I read it, and about an hour, I sat at work and just like stared at my screen for an hour, and then went home sick for the rest of the day. And I went home, pulled my binders out, and sat on the floor and cried.
Wow. That's hardcore. Definitely. I don't know if I would had the same response. Well, I definitely wasn't. I just came into it really hardcore more recently, but that's definitely, I can tell you are definitely invested in the game for all this time and fully committed to it. Did you have any other board games? Do you do board gaming outside of this, or is this pretty much like the one game that you picked up and have committed it all to, pretty much?
I have a couple other games that I like. I'm like autism spectrum, and Netrunner is my special interest. It's a thing that I hyper focus on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but uh, but I also play my favorite game that isn't Netrunner is the Resident Evil deck building game, which is it's a deck builder, but it's also asymmetrical. Everyone starts with a different player card that gives you different abilities that let you interact with the game differently. And so like one person can be Jill. Normally, when you use a grenade in the Resident Evil deck building game, you have to it's a one-time use item. You use it, and you have to take it out of your deck. But Jill can reuse grenades, so she uses grenades, she just puts it back in your deck. Or if you're uh, Carlos, he's really good with machine guns, so he can buy machine guns for less money than anyone else. And so it gives you a different approach. Every player has a different approach that evolves their strategy as the game goes on, which is really fun.
Yep. I've heard of that. I haven't ever played that particular game. So it's pretty much, though, besides a few other games, this is it for you. This is the investment in all that you have. And so with you moving from that time where it was ending, what made you, did you keep on going, or did you have another halt and then come back again? Kind of what happened from there.
So I wasn't connected to the online community at all. I didn't play Jinteki because I know my like pathology, and I knew that having access to Netrunner 24/7 online would be unhealthy for me. So I didn't play Jinteki at all until the game was canceled. And then I'm like, oh well, the game is canceled. This could be it. There might not be any more Netrunner after this. So I created a Discord account just to join the Netrunner Discord,
Mm-hmm.
and got on Jinteki and started playing and making connections with the online community to try to get as much Netrunner as I could before it went away.
Nice.
Thankfully, with Nisei's done great work and keeping the game alive. Um, so I don't feel like we are at that like existential crisis point anymore, which is great. Good news.
Right. Definitely, definitely good news. And like you said, I didn't. I had another reason why I didn't want to do it. I was like, I like playing board games in person. You know what I mean? And so for the longest time,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do any online gaming because of that. And finally, I just started at the kind of the beginning of this the pandemic. Started to say, well, we got to come up with something. And I started playing, and I just fell in love with the interface. In fact, there's a lot of things about the ease of the interface that I get frustrated when I have to do it in person. I'm like, I actually got to pull credits from the pool over here. What's going on with that? So
Yeah.
I really do. I'm very thankful for everything that's going on, to include Nisi and you all keeping the game alive at this point, and the community alive. So then at some point, I guess from what I kind of I guess try and use common sense on here, you pretty much they transferred over that Netrunner GLC to, they were getting ready to drop it, and did you, I guess, ask to take it over, or?
Um, yeah. So there was the we I actually originally joined the Netrunner Discord, which is a different server that doesn't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably my biggest contribution to the Netrunner online Discord community is I killed the other server. the there was there was a GLC and the Netrunner server. I was in the Netrunner server originally, um, and I joined GLC a lot later. But I was friends with Awashi, the old admin,
Mm-hmm.
and he was running tournaments and stuff like I do now, and I offered to help out, and he's like, I'm like, buddy. I could help out if you just gave me admin powers. And he's like, do you want admin powers? I can give you admin powers. And so he gave me admin powers, and um, we I once I was admin on GLC, we had a big talk on both servers about combining the communities, and so I had a talk with the server admin on the Netrunner server, and he handed me the keys to that server. So I was admin on both servers at the same time for a while, for like 2 weeks, and then I closed the other one.
Oh,
And just
did you mean to
joined
close the other
to
one?
join GLC instead. No, on purpose. If you I can give you a link to the server if you want to look at it.
Yeah, I actually have it.
Um,
I know it's all been like you said, it's been kind of brought into
yeah,
GLC, right?
I locked down every single channel and posted a message with a link to GLC, and I'm like, you should come. If you want to talk about Netrunner on Discord, GLC is the place to do it. And so I shuttered the one server and combined the communities. We had like 200 new people join GLC in 2 days after that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it was really good. It was a really good move for the community. We have a lot more active people interacting with each other all in one place. We used to have a lot of like the same conversation would be happening in two different places, and people would have cool insights in one on one server that weren't being communicated to the other. Um, and it's a lot better now.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. So I know we're going to get into GLC and everything, but just as a player of Netrunner at this point in your Netrunner journey, what would you say kind of your goals are as a player? What are you into? What kind of formats do you like to play? Kind of tell me about where you're at currently with that aspect.
I pretty much exclusively play standard. I have modded decks built because I have to sub into the tournament on the modded tournament sometimes if the
Mm.
tables aren't even. Um, but I play a lot of standard, and I my goal whenever I play Netrunner is to build the most impressive jank. It's really I don't really care if I win at the end of the game. If my deck did a really cool jank, I'm really happy. I can walk away from the table feeling good about myself.
Yeah. I haven't ever built any jank before. I'm still learning the card pool. I feel incompetent at the card pool to try. I I might have to get with you one day and let you show me your process of building jank decks there. I don't know if I'm creative enough though. I don't feel like I'm really trying to like just net deck and everything because I really don't feel creative enough to create something new, something unique, you know. And that's really one of my long term goals in Netrunner is to one day produce some sort of deck that does something that really is unique in the community, right? But I feel like I got years of playing to get there. But that's one of my goals. But I'm not pushing too fast at it, you know, because I just don't feel competent enough to do so yet.
Do you know the card Surfer?
Nope.
No, you don't know Surfer. All right,
Mm-mm.
Surfer is a it's an Anarch program that lets you push a piece of ice. It has a paid ability. You pay 2 credits to move a piece of ice into or one step into or one step out of the server level. So you can surf. You hit the outermost ice and then surf it all the way to the back, and then just break that one ice and get into the server. That's what
Hmm.
surf is supposed to be used for. But I looked at that card for a long time and like, why would you ever want to move an ice backwards? Like, why would you encounter an ice and then move it back towards the outermost position? That doesn't
Mm-hmm.
make any sense. Why would you do that? So I thought about it for a long time, and I'm not going to say I'm the first person that invented this jank, but I invented this jank before it was on Netrunner DB at all, which is to use Surfer to you get 2 pieces of barrier ice at the same time and put a Cubone on them, which every time you pass it, the ice has Cubone on it, you gain 2 credits, right? So you put up 3 Cubone on ice and then install your Surfer and run into the ice, break it, pass it, gain 6 credits, surf it backwards, break that ice again, go forwards, break the other one, uh, gain 6, surf it backwards, and you can keep breaking those 2 ice over and over and over and get infinite credits
On the same run.
in one run. One run, you get infinite credits.
So it's an infinite loop. So did somebody say
Yeah,
slap your hand and say no on that one after you did it?
it's like a 9 card combo.
Yeah.
Um, it's not reliable at all. You could do it with Woo and like Degdeer and Hyperdriver for a while in standard, but most of those cards are not legal anymore, and it was never a good combo, and
Hmm.
now it's a bad combo.
Yeah. So how many games would you have to play to pull off the combo though?
I can do it like 1 and 3.
1 and 3. That's pretty good though. And then you just get infinite credit. I mean, how do you stop getting credits though? Do you just have to manually end the run after you got as much as you want, or?
Once you have 30 billion credits, you just walk through the rest of the server and break everything normally. You don't have to use Surfer anymore.
Right, right, yeah, okay. So you pretty much just end the infinite loop of being able to gain credits finally and just start wrecking folks with all the money you got, pretty much.
Yeah. Although by that point in the game, it's usually too late and you lose anyway. But you lose with infinite credits, so it's fine.
That's funny. Too bad the point of the game isn't to get money, which would almost there could be something for that, huh? In a game, I mean,
Yeah. Like Magic has win the game if you have 30 life. Why can't Netrunner have a card that says win the game if you have 400 credits?
yep, yep. So that means you're pretty much just look at the cards and in standard format and try to build the coolest combos you can, and just enjoy the game like that. Huh? No admirations to be in the top tier. Do you even play in Worlds? Did you play in Worlds this year?
The only worlds I've ever played in was the I went to Magnum Opus for the
Okay,
the big
grand finale.
farewell tournament thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's cool. That's what I love about this game is everybody's got different reasons to play and different enjoyments, and you can just come together and enjoy a game together. So regardless of what those are, um, so so let's go into a little bit of GLC here. Like a lot of people who watch this, I'm sure will know about GLC. But just from my perspective, it's a place that has a ton of formats for tournaments, which keep you engaged. It's got a great community, a number of channels that offer all different types of conversations across different card pools and just different topics about Netrunner. And just in one of the best features is you're in the middle of a game and you need an answer and you put in questions. It's almost automatic that you get a response back in the next 30 seconds and you're able to keep that game going forward and have the right answer for your problem in the game. So those are just a few of the highlights from my perspective as a player, and just meeting people and getting to know them and playing games with them on a regular basis. So like I said, I really appreciate you offering that and managing it. And how much of your Netrunner time, you only got so much free time, right? How much of your free time would you say you invest in actually supporting the channel and all there?
It used to be not so much, but since when I added the mod team and the code of conduct and stuff, um, it's been a lot more busy with like more admin stuff. Adding that server feedback channel was a mistake. You guys all have feedback, and you're like, I think GLC could be better. Like, damn it. Oh, sorry, I kind of cussed.
No, you're
Like,
good.
gosh darn it! Now I have to actually make a change to the server.
I mean, I don't have any, like, I'm really an easygoing guy. Like, if it's free, I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful that you're doing it for free. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty easygoing there, but I'm sure other people are caring about making things better. And I'm sure in some ways you appreciate making things better too, because I'm sure it's a passion of yours to offer that community. But yeah, I'm one of the easygoing ones. You probably don't get much from me in the server feedback channel.
No, I think just random messages on the side. You're like, yeah, you're doing a great job. I'm like, I thanks, I appreciate it.
Yep. No, you are. And so uh, we got who all's adminning with you at this point? And then I guess we can talk about
um,
who are. Yeah. Go ahead.
so the admin team today is just me and Sherry's, and we haven't actually seen Sherry's lately. He's been busy with personal stuff in real
Mm-hmm.
life. So right now it's effectively just me as the admin, and then the new mod team is doing good work, kind of helping keep the conversation civil and make sure nobody's being a butthead or anything.
Yep. And keeping stuff in the right channels and all. They're helping you with that too, huh?
Yeah, they're doing great work. I really appreciate all of them for stepping up, volunteering, going through the um, nomination process and the voting and all of that. They all really have put in a lot for the community. I appreciate them.
For sure. For sure.
So shout out to the mod team.
Mod team, shout out. So, what would you say? What would you say? Is there any, short term or long term goals, or any new things you'd like to do over on the green level clearance server? Or are you pretty much happy with business as usual? I think it's great. By the way, to say business as usual might not be the right term there, but
Yeah, we are. So right now, I still have to mail out prizes for the Store Champs tournament.
mm-hmm.
Dan and I are kind of still getting some logistic stuff sorted on that end. Um, but uh, I have the Ret Runner and modded tournaments are both running. I want to get a third tournament going in either. There's a couple ideas that we had. I think I might just do a standard tournament on the side with the what's it called, the system archive memories thing.
Salvage memories
It's
is
not
what
archive memories, salvage memories.
salvage.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, salvage memories kind of mixed up standard a little, so I might do a standard tournament soon. Um, the big things though are if you look at the on the server under the community heading, we have the new runner help doc, which is a document that Quitwa started and
Mm-hmm.
started assembling that, and
Yep.
we I want to get that to us something that we can, like, when a new player shows up, we can just hand them that, and they'll have all the tools and resources they need to kind of get started. Because there's a lot of questions right now, especially with the game, like with the Nisei and out of print FFG stuff, and people don't really know where to. And I think that'll be a really valuable resource. And that's an open project. Anyone can contribute to it. So if you want to crack it open and add something, that'd be great. The other big project that I have that I would really like to do, but haven't, I've been totally neglecting it because I'm terrible, is the Project Katara, also on the community channel. And that is, I want to try to get, I want to get people in the community to donate art to have art for every single card in the Katara cycle, so that we can do like with Any Terrace has his Rain and Reverie pack you can just buy on NPC. I want to get something similar for Katara cycle, so people can just buy the Katara cycle, have easy access to some of the best cards in the format right now.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely something that for people who are looking to get the card pool, the original cards, having the new art and all, and making that available to where they don't have to print it out on paper but can have actual card stock is something that I think is very valuable for people wanting to invest in the game. Because I mean, like for me, just having a physical card, I've got them all. I was able to buy them right when the game ended, but the for people having a piece of paper with that's been printed on versus having an actual card stock makes all the difference to people who are superficial like me. you know that it's just
Yeah.
like playtesting. I struggle with playtesting because I want the theme. I want the actual. I want something that looks nice. I want something that draws me in and gives me that kind of just brings me into that theme. And so I
I
find that
think
like, yeah.
I
Go
was gonna
ahead.
say, I think a big part of the appeal of Netrunner is the flavor and the
Mm-hmm.
atmosphere, and the having the cards with the actual art on them does a big, it does a lot of legwork. Legwork, that's a Netrunner reference for you.
Mm, nice.
It does a lot of the work to kind of to bring you into the world while you're playing a game. And I think that's
Yep,
important.
for sure. Totally with you. I appreciate y'all working on it. I've seen some of the chats of y'all working on that. So are y'all so y'all pulling in from artists, having people draw and everything and present art, volunteers, or kind of how are you getting the
Uh,
alt? Is it alt art?
I'm it has to be alt art open license stuff. We can't have any kind of, or if you wanna, if somebody wanted to buy a commission from their favorite artist and contribute it, that'd be cool too.
Mm-hmm.
But it needs to be art that we own that we can put on cards, just like Nisei does, so we can publish the set and have it just ready to buy, off the shelf, and you can have the guitar cycle.
Right.
Anyone can contribute art. My philosophy is bad art is better than not having the cards at all. So I'm a terrible artist, but I do intend on making some of these cards. It's going to be something. I'm going to do my best.
Nice. Nice. Yep. So I mean, sounds like you got plenty to fill your time besides just playing Netrunner. How many hours are you actually getting on your free time into playing Netrunner each week? Would you say at this point?
In the last 2 months, I've played probably 4 games.
Wow, wow. Are you planning on getting back to a little bit more Netrunner? Are you pretty content with that, just being helping where you're at?
I'm definitely going to be playing more Netrunner when Gateway comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of bored of the standard meta right now. It's been the same card pool for a long time. I've played with all the jank that's in there, and without new bad cards to play with, you know, come on, Nisei, print more bad cards for me. For me personally, do me a personal favor and print bad cards.
I am not mad at you at all. Like, I mean, it seems like people kind of take a little break after Worlds. It's been kind of a tradition from what I've seen. You kind of take a little off season and then jump back with new cards and stuff. Anyway, but yeah, I'm kind of in the same way. I'm really enjoying going back because, like I said, I'm new. Just enjoying the Rat Runner and stuff, and just excited for the new Gateway product coming out here in the next couple of months and the update. So I'm right there with you. Just not, I haven't played. I slowed down a little bit too. I put in a ton of games of original core, and I kind of just like settled in and took some time off after that. I will say this: thanks to your Ret Runner tournament, I have completely exhausted the original core of fun for me, and I'm completely okay with that. Like I said, I probably played 150 games of it. Just went because I've always wanted to do it. It's the very beginning, and just having that sensation of being like, I really understand what they were trying to do with this core product, because I'm kind of a completionist like that. It feels really good, and the Ret Runner tournament gives me the opportunity to go back and experience these cards in a way where I get to actually compete against people and have some sort of real feeling like I'm playing against somebody besides my wife at the kitchen table who doesn't know how to play Netrunner with these cards. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you doing that for me. It really
I,
means a lot.
I think there's actually a lot of value to it for newer players, older players, anyone who hasn't gone through those metas. I think you are at kind of a disadvantage to current players like people like me who've been playing since the very beginning. I know all the cards inside and out from since the game first came out.
Mm-hmm.
So when new stuff comes out, I can build on my foundational knowledge of how historical card interactions have worked and use that to kind of build new deck tech really quick.
Yep.
And you guys who missed out on that you're kind of at a disadvantage. So I think having Netrunner is a really big, it's a lot of value,
Yep.
not just for sentimental, but like for actual practical reasons.
That's how I feel about it too. That's why I say I do a lot of net decking, and to include net decking in that format, just to see, because I feel like all of that is going to help me if I can ever actually spend the time to play all the cards or most of the cards, then it's going to make me a more complete player at the end of that. So I don't mind taking my time and going through the journey and just enjoying the journey of learning all that. So yeah, like I said, your GLC has been huge for me and has offered me a ton of fun in my life, and I appreciate what all y'all do over there. And I continually I'm about to put up my next set of Ret Runner games. I was actually trying to win this tournament, so I didn't put my games up as I went, so to hopefully give me a chance, but it didn't. But getting ready to put up those games to show off some core. I'm excited to have some videos, and I'm going to be doing some videos for some other people as well, and just highlighting the core set, because there's only like 2 videos out there for core set currently on YouTube. So that's another thing that I'm excited to do, is offer some people like me who came into the game and really wanted to see that core set in action, who will have some videos now from this. So.
Speaking of Ret Runner, real quick, shout out to Calypso also for back on the old Netrunner server. He talked to me and Awashi about doing this Ret Runner thing, and he actually coined the name of it for us too. He's like, I want to start at the beginning and play through all the cards, and I want to call it Ret Runner. And we're like, that's a great idea. We're in, and so that's where we started running the tournaments on our end. So shout out to Calypso.
Yeah, shout out to Calypso. I actually, when I saw that in one of the channels one day, and I was like, Calypso created Ret Runner, and I actually DM'd him on the side and started talking to him like, tell me the story, So that's pretty funny. But anyway, I know you're a busy man, and I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I appreciate you coming on and sharing your story and sharing a little bit about the GLC and letting people see your face and hear you talk, so we just have a little bit more connection with our fearless leader over at GLC server here. So is there anything you'd like to say to GLC or the Netrunner community as a whole before we get off here?
Yeah, I just GLC is it's not my server, it's our server, right? Like, if I kick all you guys off, I can kick all you guys off if I want to, but it'll be a really boring toy if I do that. So really, what makes the server what it is you guys. If anyone wants something that's going to make the server better for them, let me know. We got the server feedback channel. You can talk to me on the side. I want to make GLC the best place it can be.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you and all you do for us, and look forward to seeing more of those great jokes that you put out there on the channels, and just talking with you in the future. So thanks again for your time.
Yeah, man, it's been good talking to you. Have a good
one. Take care.